Welcome to Mathematics Beyond ESCO. Mathematics Beyond ESCO YouTube channel has decided to show the candidates of Maths 121 stroke 1, 121 stroke 2, the mistakes candidates make when they do a Maths paper. So here we are dealing with mistakes done by candidates in 121 stroke 1, 121 stroke 2. These are mathematics papers. One of the mistakes that the candidates do, one of the mistakes that candidates do is, number one, is leaving your answer in improper fraction. For example, if you have done all the maths, you have reached where you have 2x is equals to 3, then x is equals to 3 over 2. Some candidates will leave the answer here. This one is wrong. You will have A0 here. So you need to simplify this to be either 1.5 or 1.5 so that you score the A1 mark. So at this particular level is where the marker will give you A1 mark, because this is a simplified part. Candidates, number two, candidates don't follow instructions to the letter. For example, the following instructions are not followed. One, leaving answer in terms of by. For example, you will be given the circumference of a circle is equals to 2 by r, where r is equals to 7 centimeters. Here, the candidate will write circumference is equals to 2 multiplied by 22 over 7 multiplied by 7. This one is wrong. You don't use 22 over 7 when you are leaving your answer in terms of by. Instead, what you need to do is to write circumference is equals to 2 multiplied by multiplied by 7. So the answer here is 14 by units. If it is centimeters, it should be centimeters. Number two is when we have answer to the nearest a whole number. Answer to the nearest a whole number. If you are told to leave your answer to the nearest a whole number, then the decimal part must go. For example, if your answer is 27.486, like that, you are supposed to leave your answer as 27. So this one should be approximated to 27, like that. That is a whole number. If it is 27.6421, then this one, the answer should be 28, because you over the 6 here. And this one, it is because of the 4. You understand? So the whole number is 28. Last year, part 1, there was the issue of correcting to the nearest to 2 decimal places. Decimal places is decimal point to the right. So if it is 27.481 to 2 decimal places, this one is approximated as 27.48.48, 2 decimal places. These are 2 decimal places. Some candidates will write 27.48.4, and then they think the decimal number is here. Decimal numbers are numbers after the decimal point. These ones are whole numbers. Number 3 is when you are told use by to be 22/7. Some of the candidates will not use by as 22/7. They will use the by that is in the calculator. By that is in the calculator will give a different value unlike the by that you are given 22/7. You will be given a by of 22/7, and some of them will use a by of 3.142. Follow the instructions. If you are told by should be 22/7, please use by as 22/7. If you are told by of 3.42, use 3.42. If they have not told you, then use the by of the calculator. Number 4, the third mistake is the mistake where a candidate does not write. Writing, ignore, or condone in some circumstances. For example, you are calculating the number of persons and you've gotten x -2, x +5 is equals to 0 persons. Here, a candidate will continue writing x -2 is equals to 0, which implies that x is equals to 2, or x +5 is equals to 0, which logically implies that x is equals to -5. If the candidate leaves the two answers like this without writing here, because we don't have negative people, without writing condone or ignore, the candidate will get answers 0. So the candidate should write condone and then say, therefore, the number of people or of persons is equals to 2 persons. This one is very clear and very nice to a mathematician. There is number 4, immature approximation. Immature approximation. You see, you are working and you have gotten a figure like 2.7431 multiplied by 5.1327 in the calculator. You see, when some of the students will calculate 2.7 times 5.1 and then they get the answer. This one is wrong. What a candidate should do, if indeed he is calculating this to get the answer, he should use 4 figures. 4 figures. That is why we use a 4-figure table. So it should be 2.743. These are 4 figures multiplied by 5.133, like this. Then the student will score A1 here. He will score, or she will score A1 here. So this one is called immature approximation. This is correct, but not when you write that it is 2.7 multiplied by 5.1 multiplied by 5.1. This one is wrong. This one is correct. We now move to where the student uses inaccurate tools. This is number 5, use of inaccurate tools. Like if you look at a ruler, the ruler should be visible. The ruler should be graduated. So the ruler should be graduated. It should be graduated, and one should see the graduation. Some students, if this one is a ruler, the 30 centimeter ruler, some students will begin measuring from the 1 mark. They will leave the marks behind here. Let me put it very clear. This is the 30 centimeter ruler. It is here. It is graduated like that, and then there is this one. This is 1. This is 2. Some students will not measure from here to here. They will begin measuring from here. That is wrong. 2 fixed pair of compasses. Fixed pair of compasses. The pair of compasses may be loose, such that the student will do an error when he is doing what? When he is drawing the circle. The pair of compasses may not be fixed well. It may be fixed like this. It should be like this. It should be of the same level. That is the pair of compasses. Then number 6, the XY scales. The XY scales. XY scales, I mean, if you are told 2 centimeters for 1 unit, x-axis, 1 centimeter for 2 units, y-axis. What do you do? What you do here it means if this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, these are those lines. So here on the x-axis, 2 centimeters, 1 unit. This is 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters. So you write here 1, and then you write here 2, and then you write here 3 like that. For y-axis, if this is 1 centimeter, if this one here is 1 centimeter, you write 2, because it is 1 centimeter for 2 units. 2, 4, 6, like that. So take caution of the units, the XY scales which they gave us. Number 7 is omission of work. Omission of work. I want to give an example where you are told to calculate the circumference of a circle, and the formula for calculating the circumference of a circle is 2 by r, where r, for example, is 7 centimeters. A student will go to the calculator and then feed and get circumference is equals to 44 centimeters. This one is here. The student has omitted work at the midst here. So what the student should have done, on this other side is to write, circumference is equals to 2 by r, where r is 7 centimeters. Then this is equals to 2 multiplied by 22 over 7. If he is told to use 22 over 7, multiply by 7. So that he cancels here and here, the answer is 44 centimeters. There is no omission of work. At this level, the examiner will give M0, the examiner here will give the candidate M0, M0, and A0. Because the answer yes is here, but this is omission of work, written like that. The candidate here will score a mark and score another mark called M1, A1 like that. Very clear work. There is another one, number 8, omission of units in the answer. Omission, number 8 is omission, 8, omission of units in the answer. For example, if the answer was, 22 men, and you don't write men, you only write the answer as 22. Here, you will be penalized. You will be penalized because what is this that you are writing? So here, this should be the correct answer. This one is wrong. Don't omit units, add the answer. Number 9 is when the candidate fails to collect and identify like terms. For example, here we have x and we have x squared and we have 2x. Understand that x and 2x are like terms. This one is totally different. X squared is different from x and 2x. X and 2x can be added together, but you cannot add x and x squared. So they fail to collect like terms. Number 10 is turning points. Turning points of graphs. Quadratic graphs are such that when you draw them, they may look like that. A quadratic graph may look like that. So when the student is trying to join, he will join like that, like that, like that, like that. And that is wrong. And this one is completely wrong. Why? The student is supposed to make this one a trough. He is supposed to make this one a trough like that. Not this one, but that one. He should make it a trough because he is going to be asking the line of symmetry. The line of symmetry should lie in between there. The last but not least one, this is number 11, is when we have breaking the x-axis. Breaking the x-axis. For example, you are given a table where x is so big, y is like that. So if x is, for example, 30, 40, 50, like that, or 30, 35, 40, 45, like that, you require to break your graph. So when you break your graph, you don't begin writing here 30, then 35, then 40. This is 50, like that. No, you must break here so that you begin with what? You begin with 30. Because the scale here will not be uniform. The scale there will not be uniform. More of the mistakes are elaborated in the YouTube channel, Mathematics Beyond A Score.